Growing up, if I didn't see the results right away, I wouldn't take things seriously. Like in middle school, I tried out for the basketball team and made it. I wasn't good at basketball per se, but I made it because connections are amazing. I'll talk more about middle school basketball in another video, but for now, I'll talk about my hatred for being active. I was in a situation where I knew everyone in middle school, and when I went to high school, I knew very little people. None of my friends from middle school came with me to high school. Granted, my parents did drive me to a middle school 45 minutes away from my house, and everyone lived in that area 45 minutes away, but still, it stunk. So here I was at this new high school where the only people I knew were my brother and some of his friends. Thankfully, I made friends quickly because I'm such a friendly person and everyone loves me. I also joined the freshman football team, which didn't cut people. Football is a popular sport, obviously, so there were lots of people on the team, most of which thought they would be somebody famous in the future. I hated football because I really didn't do much during the games and during the entire season because I got my pads really late into the season. But I sort of designated myself as water boy, and I was the best gosh darn water boy to ever exist. Granted, I was the only water boy on the team, and possibly ever, but it still counts. Going back to having a brother, he was freakishly athletic and was outstanding at every sport, except maybe hockey and baseball, but he was freakishly athletic. He didn't make the basketball team because of his lack of connections all 4 years, but he did do track. And I was roped into doing track because A, his coach told me to do it, B, my parents wanted me to do something athletic and active, C, I really don't stand up for myself, and D, I find it very difficult to just say no to authority figures and older people. I hated running, don't get me wrong. I will gladly run a route in football, or run the ball up the court in basketball, or whatever they do in soccer. But those sports have other objectives than to simply run for the fun of it. I will never understand why people would voluntarily run like 20 miles a day just because. Anyway, that's why I didn't like track, because I would run for running. We also had short shorts. Ever since then, I was on the track team for all 4 years of high school, and on the cross-country team for every year after that. But all I could remember was hating going to those practices. It was a constant reminder of how out of shape I was. I would always run less than the other runners because of my shape. It's also very hard to be good at running when you are not thin. So I never wanted to do it, primarily because of those two reasons. If you'll remember that at the beginning of the video, I said I don't take things seriously if I don't see any results. Well, I did see results with track and cross country. I was losing weight, although I was eating a lot more too, so I didn't lose that much. But I never really appreciated that until it was too late. Throughout my entire high school career, I always hated track and cross country. I never wanted to go to practice, and I tried to find the dumbest reasons to not go to practices. But during my senior year, I told myself that I should try and make something of these cross-country and track seasons. My cross-country season was short-lived because I had no surgery that summer, and it gave me these super bloodshot eyes and made everything hard to breathe. I didn't do any of the winter workouts because I had joined the bowling team, and it really helped improve my bowling skills. I also joined a CrossFit gym. It was my first time going to the gym myself, and I really enjoyed working out there, and I finally enjoyed working out. I was actually going consistently for like 2 months, and then track season started, and I was running like 3 to 5 miles during every practice, and immediately going to the CrossFit gym to work out. I don't think I've ever been happier in life than that 2 to 3 month stretch. I felt good for the first time in a long time. Spring break came along, and I just wanted to be a lazy slob and still do CrossFit. I didn't want to do track practice because I don't like track. Then I told myself that I should go because we're doing Zumba. Zumba is our workout, and we're not running. I showed up late to that practice because I didn't want to go in the first place. I'd also done my CrossFit workout of the day before Zumba, and then after Zumba, we played basketball. During the basketball game, a teammate shot, missed, and thinking I could be the hero, I dove for the ball, and then everything blacked out. I'm just kidding, I completely missed the ball and landed on my leg weird and screamed. I ended up driving myself back home from practice, and I was still in shock like it was going to get better. But it wasn't. This leads me back to the title of this video. Be careful what you wish for. I always wished that I didn't have to go to practice, but now I couldn't go back to practice, and that's all I wanted to do. I couldn't do CrossFit, I couldn't run, I couldn't play sports, I couldn't really do anything. Even after I tore my ACL, my joke with my friends was, at least I don't have to go to practice anymore. I don't think I was ready to not go to practice. It hurt a lot, not being able to do the things that I thought I hated, but I truly enjoyed. Be careful what you wish for. I promise not to make all my videos that sad and depressing, but I didn't know what would make a good story for my first video, and so I thought this would be a good video. I'd like to thank my track and cross country coach for everything that she's done for me. I don't think that I really tried during this seasons, and I'd like to apologize for that, because you didn't get the best out of me, even though you gave me the best, but sorry for not trying, and thank you for being the best coach I could possibly have.